Imagine if you could change opportunities for girls and women in sport, living and playing at home at the highest levels of the game. With 10 of the 13 silver medalists from the U.S. Olympic team,
yes.
plus past NCAA champions, and international superstars,
Put away with a pancake to keep it alive.
who all share the same goal to shift the paradigm.
What a block! RJP wins it.
This is League One Volleyball.
Welcome to Kansas City for the League One Volleyball Classic Championship match. $100,000 on the line. The very best of the best. Micah Hancock coming off an Olympic silver medal with Team USA. Jordan Thompson, Olympic gold, silver, and bronze for Kelsey Cook. The very best of the best. It's Houston versus Atlanta. These two teams have not met before this season. Taking a look at the bracket, Atlanta, the top seed, had a bye. Houston had to work and get wins to get to this championship match. Hi, everybody. I'm Anne-Marie Anderson, alongside former national team setter Salima Rockwell. Salima, it's already the best of the best. $100,000 on the line. How does that affect the matchup?
Well, it just raises the competitive level in the gym, and it starts with the Olympians. Jordan Thompson, two-time Olympic medalist, and what makes her so dangerous is her height above the net. She is so physical, and she can go over the top. She had 25 kills last night and has only gotten better through the course of the tournament. Kelsey Cook on the other side of the net, three-time Olympic medalist. When it's on, it's on. You're gonna set Kelsey Cook at the end of the match.
Well, speaking of, Kelsey Cook is going to be set by Rachel Fairbanks, fresh out of the NCAA, a very young setter. What a contrast to Houston's setter, where you have Micah Hancock, who won Olympic gold at the Olympics in Tokyo. She'll be setting Jordan Thompson that you talked about. Salima, take us through the Adidas scouting report.
Got the setters that are under pressure. You talked about it, Micah Hancock with the experience, Rachel Fairbanks, a little more inexperienced, and Atlanta, who is going to step up for them to get kills. And they've got to make Jordan Thompson work, get her on the floor, keep her from hitting every single ball. That's going to be key for Atlanta.
We're ready to put the ball in the air, and it will be the three-time Olympian Kelsey Cook serving first. Pogany, German libero, and here's Jess Merzik, fresh off an NCAA championship. Back, first set for Jordan Thompson. She's going to be critical to Houston's success today. Hancock goes back. Another fantastic dig by the young setter, Fairbanks. Get ready for the long rallies in this league. The defense, electric. No touch on the block, and it is Atlanta with the first point.
Well, the defense is the first thing that stands out for Atlanta, digging Jordan Thompson on a couple of swings right away. And we'll take a look at this and see if there was a touch on the block. Indeed, there was.
We will see international stars as well. This is Raffaella Folli. She's a 10-year veteran of the Italian team, best middle in the European Cup in 1 year. She is long, tremendous blocker.
And we're all good. Point Houston.
So expect a lot of these serves to go to Mackenzie Adams to start off the match.
Here's Adams, overpass, and Amber Igini gets on top of it.
You've got Kelsey Cook and Pinoy passing next to one another, two of the best passers in the world. They're going to continue to target Adams and see if they can create some more opportunities.
Folli serves the ball at Piano Pinoy. You mentioned her just a moment ago. A libero out of Thailand, such a steadying influence for Atlanta.
Well, and keep an eye on her because she's not just a great passer, she's a phenomenal defender. It's going to be fun to watch her.
Magda Yehilwasheva in with the serve. Hancock goes out to Merzik. Block is big. How about that cover excellent defending setter. Mackenzie Adams picked up by Hancock again. She's everywhere. Off the block, Tia Jimerson. The head coach for Atlanta is Paulo Coco. He's out of Brazil. He's assistant coach for the women's Brazil national team and won 5 gold medals in Brasilia Superliga. That's a difficult league.
It's one of the best leagues in the world, and they are so fortunate to have him.
Taking a look at the road to the final for this Atlanta team. This team got a bye. They're the #1 seed. They played against a very tough Austin team, pushed them to 4 sets, but they've only got 1 match under their belt.
Well, and that was the difference in that match yesterday. It took them some time to get going. Rest is good, but it's good that they've had that one under their belt right now.
Adams, no touch. Point Houston. Well, and especially for this athlete, Jordan Thompson, who's going back to serve right now. I mean, yesterday she had a monster game. And so for her, over 20 kills in each match so far. Important for her to get going. Pogany, Libra out of Germany, picks that up. Back, Danielle Coutinho, another player we haven't talked about yet, but let's look at Pogany, the German Libra.
Well, staying with the play, keeping the ball off the floor, and controlling those touches. She's another libero that we're going to continue to keep our eye on here today.
Merzick, put it on the money.
Come
Grabs
on.
onto me as that ball comes.
What are we doing? Look at this set, reaches up there and lays it up so hard, Frigini. Unreal.
Adams on the money. You can feel the intensity already. Houston's coach is Massimo Barbolini. 2 World Cups, 2 European Championships. An assistant coach on Italy's gold medal Olympic team. Foley has played for him before. His setter Micah Hancock, the American, played for him before. Oh, by the way, Micah Hancock, left-handed setter, will rip it. I said what I said.
With a little bit of toot afterward. When Atlanta normally very controlled, keeping the ball alive on their side of the net.
NCAA champion Jess Merzick, most outstanding player of the tournament. Serve and then the block. It's up. You gotta be careful to not celebrate in this league. People come out of nowhere. Merzick slows it down with a great pass. Houston had a very different road to the final than Atlanta. The quarterfinals, they beat Madison in a sweep and then faced Omaha, who was the 2 seed, taking them down in 4 sets. Massimo Barbolini's had a lot of opportunity to work with some different combinations of players. We haven't really talked about Danielle Coutinho, but she was big.
We need to talk about her. 17 kills, I believe, yesterday. And an elite level attacker. Again, physical. They're leaving her in front row and back row. Just get ready to hear her name a lot.
Mackenzie Adams at Pogany, beautiful pass. That's one of the ways they like to use Jordan Thompson, backcourt attack.
Well, and the set is so high. This allows her to really use her physicality. Hancock jacking this ball high in the air, and she gets step close and hits it off the top of the block.
We'll follow that because sometimes a high set gives the block so much time to set up, which they did, and it didn't affect her.
Not at all.
Hancock to Foley. Those two were teammates in Italy under Massimo Barbolini.
And you've got that connection. You've got Hancock and Jordan Thompson connection, there's a lot to be said for a rhythm that is already there, especially setter hitters.
Timeout, Atlanta. They came into this as the top seed, and they were feeling it on their way in.
All right.
I'm boss, I'ma get to the top of that hill, you let them know. I'm boss, gonna play for all of the thrills, you let them know. I'm boss, I'ma get to the top of that hill, you let them know. I'm boss, gonna play for all of the thrills, you let them know. I'll bring the heat, burn like the summer.
League One Volleyball is presented by Adidas and by Love Finals, where the first League One Volleyball champion will be crowned. Join us April 10th, 11th, and 13th at the KFC Yum Center in Louisville. Tickets are now on sale. Go to LOVBfinals.com for more details. Look at all these Olympians, so many of them. 10 of 13 Olympians for the United States, medalists from Paris, are playing in this league. Take me through the Super Point. It's a new wrinkle.
It is a new wrinkle, and I love that the coaches have the opportunity to call this. It's worth 2 points. It's activated by the siren. You're going to hear it go off, and they cannot call it after 22 points. If they win the point, they get 2 points. If they lose it, the other team gets 2 points. So it's a really interesting thing, and we're seeing different ways of using it or not in this tournament.
And you have to be so careful because there's $100,000 to the winning team on the line. I think that buzzer is like intimidating to look at. The second place team will win $40,000. And Austin just won the third place game. Austin took home $20,000 for third place.
Well,
there's a big difference.
There's a huge difference. There's so much on the line. It's the money, but it's also the competitive fire of these athletes that have played in the Olympic Games, and they want to win.
One of the best servers in the game, Micah Hancock.
Right on cue.
Micah Hancock, when I say in the game, I don't mean in the match. I mean in volleyball, in the world.
In the world. Best setter, best server in the Italian League a couple of years ago. She has so much heat coming off of that left arm.
There it is again. Good pass. Foley sends it back.
So right now, there's a lot going on the Houston side. There's a lot of scouting going on. Perfect pass. You're going to see commit blocks out of the middle. Really good execution.
I want Massimo Barbolini to call a super point while Hancock's serving.
I like that.
Right? He could go up 14-6. And he would have.
He would have, and she's so confident.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a server that you can just say, hey, I'm going to do this, and it won't phase her. She's going to go back and rip it.
I talked to her about it yesterday and said, you know, you're the only one that they would call the super point for while you're serving. What do you think? And she goes, I'm always thinking just rip it. I don't care if it's worth 2, 1, or 50.
It is a unique and special mindset for a server that has such a tough jump serve. You don't see her miss that often.
No.
So usually when you rip a jump serve, you can miss a lot, but not with Micah Hancock.
2 points. It's a super point. If your team calls it and you lose,
Micah Hancock, in addition, is such a leader on the court, always moving and directing traffic.
Well, we were talking yesterday about what they need. She's like, I want to bring fire. I want to bring that leadership and fire to my team and help them win. And that's why she helps all of her teams win. She is just a winner. And you'll see the difference in the leadership and how she's talking and her face. And that's what gives them confidence on the court.
4th serve for Hancock. Giude, no good. Outside. To Maddie Kingdon, Rischel. Pancaked up by Rischel. Kelsey Cook sent back by her Olympic teammate, Jordan Thompson. Atlanta breaks the spell of Hancock at the service line.
We'll start with the pancake move, just laying out for it, keeping this ball off the ground. Incredible coverage. Gia Day. We talked about who's going to step up for Atlanta. Will it be Gia Day? You know Kelsey Robinson-Cook is going to get it done. It's Day going to be the one.
Hancock goes out to Jordan Thompson on the left side.
So good on the left, and you rarely see in that rotation. It's always very difficult to get out of it because you have an opposite lined up on that side of the court who's not as skilled over there, but not Jordan Thompson, as good on the left as she is on the right.
Rischel serve. Danielle Coutinho. I mean, that was brutal, because at first it looks like a block. It came down on Houston's side of the net.
And Katina is another one that can side out in that rotation. Same situation. She's the opposite for Atlanta right now, swinging on the left, getting that kill.
For Jess Merzick, coming into this league 3 weeks after winning the national championship, what are some of the differences for people who aren't familiar with the game between the NCAA and this?
Well, it's the height and the physicality at the net, but it's really the adjustments, the quick adjustments by the experience of these international players. She might have a shot that's going to get a kill all the time, NCAA, and they can't stop her. Internationally or in the professional league, they're going to slow her down and change things pretty quickly. Adams getting on it with so much force and so much power.
Blocked down and covered. Katina. Rischel making faces as she digs. Jordan Thompson going up to block and really has a checkered shirt. And she runs just like kind of right into the net with her hands.
She got hooked in there like a fish. She was going on the way up, got caught in the net.
I think that Jess Merzick has received nearly 80% of the serves that have come to Houston over the course of this season.
Without question. And again, that's just a young passer. Not that she's not that good. There's so many more passers with experience that they don't want to serve.
And they also want her to do double duty, right? Because she's a primary target hitting.
Without question. But that's the advancement in her game, even over these 5 weeks of the season. Now you're seeing her hitting that shot off the hands of the block. We'll keep an eye on how she moves the ball around the court.
Adams brings it just back in. That's about as pretty as you're gonna get it. Pass, set, hit, all at great speed.
Well, in Fairbanks, we talked about her at the beginning, the young setter, flinging that ball back there. Watch her hands, really hard to read. You've got a middle blocker holding on the first point, and that's why Coutinho was one-on-one on the right side.
And with that, Fairbanks out, it's double sub as Paolo Coco is running a 6-2, which means 2 setters coming in. You always have 3 hitters up front.
Well, and the interesting piece of that, Day has been playing on the left. It's been Day and Adams kind of sharing that position to see if they can create some opportunities opposite of Kelsey Cook, and now Gia Day playing on the right.
Day. Pino Pinoy. Is that ball good? The official is going to challenge it herself and saying, I'm not sure I want to take another look. When you talk about Gia Day playing on the other side, concurrently with this Classic, there is the biggest invitational tournament for junior players happening in the Triple Crown. I want every parent to hear what you just said. Your kid needs to be able to play wherever the coach puts them.
Wherever they put you, you've got to be ready and say, this is what I want. I'm going to step up. And Day being on the right now, she's hitting on the left, but they have the ability to move left and right, and you step up to it. You just do it, you take it, you embrace it, and you go for it.
A lot of coaches talk about training volleyball players now, not just an outside hitter or a right side hitter. That hit by Day was good. Jordan Thompson off hands. What a pickup by Day. It's going to be a free ball. Micah Hancock takes a look. No touch.
How about that defense? We were talking about Day and doing when you're whatever it takes when your number is called. Controls that first ball and allows for the play to just keep going with Adams on the floor. So those two, talking about who's stepping up, they both are right now.
Not quite sure what Paolo Coco is saying to the scorer's table. Perhaps checking on the score. And Houston, meanwhile, called a timeout. With this run from Atlanta, what does Houston need to do?
Well, right now, they just need to be in a better defensive position and figuring out how to get the ball off the block, tooling off the hands. Atlanta's scrapping right now defensively. They just need to be better about getting the ball further off the hand so they can't chase it down.
I got some good news for you, Salima, head coach of Notre Dame women's volleyball.
Yeah.
On ESPN, big Monday, there's a triple header that begins with the women's basketball game of the night. Hannah Hidalgo and second-ranked Notre Dame hosts 13th-ranked Duke in South Bend. The Blue Devils trail the undefeated Fighting Irish by 2 games atop the ACC standings. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern.
I'll be there.
I was just going to say, when's your flight? You'll be home. Undefeated Notre Dame. Atlanta down by 4 in the first set. Pogany, just a perfect pass.
I mean, like it was nothing. Perfect pass, right on the money, allows the offense to run, opening up things for the middle attack.
Amber Igidi. Pino Pinoy pass. Kelsey Cook just knows how to win.
She knows how to win. She knows where to put the ball. And I said this last night, she looks as fresh as she's ever been. She is skying up there, hitting over top of the block, deep into the court.
Tia Jimerson serve to Merzick. Everything's coming back. Richel again, off hands. Hancock. What makes her so special?
She just sees the game so well.
You coached her at Penn State to 2 national championships.
You know, and she's got her own mind, you know. She can, I always joke, she can go a little rogue sometime. Here's a game plan. She does what she wants, but I get it and I respect it.
Here's that bomb of a serve she has. My word, Pinoy gets under it somehow.
We'll take a look. Take a look at this serve, ripping it down the line.
Substitution for Atlanta as they go back again with the two setters. So Rachel Fairbanks is back in along with the very effective Danielle Catino. Pogany steps in to set the second ball. Let's talk about Jordan Thompson's ability to hit what we call high hands.
Well, she's looking over top of the block anyway. It's in front of her, huge, physical, and then she can still go off the hands. She's one of the few players that can consistently do that because of how high she jumps. Oh.
Thompson again, this time tries a little tenderness.
Well, when you're on your heels, ready for her to bang it, which they all are, that's gonna fall every once in a while. But how about Kelsey Cook kicking that ball to keep it alive? Hey, it's up, anything goes, any body part.
This is the last opportunity for Atlanta to call a super point. Can't call it after 22, so they've got to call it if they're going to before.
And Foley looks like she's hanging onto that thumb. We noticed it was wrapped. Sometimes these blockers just get jammed up at the net. She's in some pain.
Cook. Merzic to the middle. Mackenzie Adams with the kill as Atlanta tries to work their way back into this.
And Pinoy with that beautiful bump set. Exactly where Adams needed the ball. She's such a good touch, such a good feel.
Right back at you, Atlanta now on a 3-0 run.
Adams playing the big game, sealing the line. Watch her get all the way out there, take away that shot of Jordan Thompson.
Merzic, good pass, back. Jordan Thompson again. Fairbanks just steady. Over and out. And Houston at 22 points. Super point option is off the table for this set.
When Houston's getting more attackers involved, it's not just Thompson right now. Other people generating some kills.
Perfect pass from Adams. Hancock has had so many great defensive plays already today. Wow. Adams goes hard and then harder.
She is bringing the heat. We have seen her have some phenomenal matches because she sees the block well, but her arm is super fast. They like to run it fast because she can get it on it so quick through the block.
First All-American in the University of Texas San Antonio history. She coached there as well. Merzic changes pace.
I love that shot. That's a different one. Sometimes you see just an easy roll shot over the block, but she took a lot off of it. 50% swing, grooved it underneath the block.
And in a seam between two defenders. Adams, another great pass. Tia Jimerson.
That's why she was player of the match yesterday. Jimerson, fast attacker. Let's see if they can get her going. She was a key for them last night.
Very long in the middle. Atlanta down by 3. Merzic, tagged by Cook. Recover was the call.
I love that. You're hearing them talk on the court. We cover.
What does that mean?
One another. The ball, hey, when the hitter goes to attack the ball, they want to be low and cover the ball so it stays alive.
position to help for tip with Coutinho. But for sure, also pay attention if they play maybe pipe in transition. Remember what you have to do against pipe. In one, tip, and defense 5-6, deep. Okay, we go. Keep the ball higher, for Jeff. Higher. He goes over.
Highlighting the best players of the 2025 Love Classic. You won't want to miss it just moments after the final point.
Houston fans really fired up. I saw that particular fan in the concourse, and she is flying her Houston colors, loves everything about them, and I think she lives in Kansas City.
That's awesome. Well, you find, you know, a lot of these players, and they're playing in the NCAA, and they have their favorite player playing in college, and then they pick a team.
All right, Miss Steele, anyone said 21 love Atlanta, 23 love Houston. Here we go.
Down by just 2, Coutinho. Merzic, and the block is in.
And Jimerson with the finger wag. She's like, you're not getting past me.
I don't know that I'd recommend that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
hey, I know. She's got a little sauce, though.
These players
taking away this angle with that left hand. You see how she dropped in. There's the wag. And that's what we're talking about at the beginning. What are you seeing? What's the difference with the money on the line? It's the intensity. It's the fire. It's the competition. They're getting after it.
Substitution for Houston brought in the very long Grace Froling up front. Bigger block than Micah Hancock. And perhaps, right, she didn't touch the ball, but maybe changed what Mackenzie Adams was thinking.
You see that block in front of you. How can I hit over it? How can I hit around it? And then it forces her to hit that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, Grace Froling stands at 6'5". Rachel Fairbanks, front court. This is set point Houston. Rachel, it's still good. Can it be chased? Just a little too much heat.
When Atlanta, we talked about Atlanta being one of the best all-around teams. They're keeping the ball alive and giving themselves more opportunities to swing over and over again in those long rallies.
Set point number 2, Houston. And it ends on a service error. Houston takes set number 1 in this $100,000 to the winner match.
Volleyball fans up on stage.
Houston feeling good going into the break, so much so that they're playing like the Crush is watching you play. Houston takes a close first set. We want to introduce you to the third member of our broadcast team, Chris McGee.
Thanks, guys. I'm with Rosie Spalding, president of Love Pro. How did the Love Triple Crown relationship come together? How long did it take to cement, and are you happy with the result?
Yeah, we're very pleased. It's the first youth to pro ecosystem for volleyball. It just made sense to bring pro and youth volleyball together in a very visible way. And Triple Crown have been a phenomenal partner in bringing this vision to reality.
State of the Union question, your reporter this season done. Has it gone how you'd expected?
It's been incredible. You know, we're here to make volleyball a major league sport, and I really feel like we've got started in a fantastic way, and see all these youth athletes in the stands and just seeing what's possible. It's been awesome.
You're only in your first year, and the level is incredible. It's being touted as a top 3 pro league in the entire world. What can we expect moving forward in the immediate future?
Yeah, you'll continue to see the best level of volleyball in the United States with all the Olympians, the world and European champions, and this incredible up-and-coming talent. More of that, and really anyone could win because all the teams are so strong.
Rosie, enjoy the finals. What you guys have done is incredible, and it's so much fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys.
Salima, Rosie Spalding brings up a really important point. There's no team that's better than everybody else.
And that's what makes it so compelling. Every single week, you have no idea who's going to win. With Olympians on every roster, I mean, what are you going to do?
And world champions.
World champions, the top level players.
Hancock to the middle, to Rafa, as I call her, Rafaela Poli.
Foley's just moving that ball deep. It's difficult to defend when you hit a ball out of the middle deep into the court. The defenders are usually close.
Brischel sends it long. Atlanta made such a nice push in that last set, but it was late. What can they do differently this time earlier in the set?
Well, they just have to start off strong and control the ball like they normally do better. That's what they didn't do early on. And I think they showed they could do that later.
Hancock chases it down. Ball is long and out.
And Hancock runs this down, and when she comes back, she has to stay in the middle of the court. So you'll see her defend in the middle back because she couldn't get back to her right back position. And she's been struggling, right? She was out for a little bit, some soreness going on. So that's a tough move for her, running all the way across.
You know what's a really good help for that kind of stuff? $100,000.
Yeah, that
makes the pain go away for a couple hours.
That'll heal up all your injuries.
Again, there's a $60,000 difference. The winning team takes home $100,000. The team that does not win is second place in this tournament with $40,000. Starting to see a little sass from Jordan Thompson.
Well, that's the fire we're talking about. These aren't Olympians that know how to win, that won a gold medal, silver medal against the best players in the world. Jordan Thompson's not messing around right now.
That was messy.
Very messy, starting from a tough serve going over across the court to Adams. Again, they're going to continue to try to work her to get Atlanta off the net.
Jimerson shut down by Ajiti, recovered. Hancock lefty. Pogany gets a piece of it, but it spins away from the court.
And Robinson Cook looking for that rhythm with Fairbanks. Another low set that she had to manage, and then the out-of-system ball able to convert on.
Pogany brings it back into the hands of Hancock. Ball's coming. Over. Ajiti, you just gotta wait for the ref's whistle because stuff's hanging up at any time.
I think it's down and it's up, but that's the elite level of volleyball that we're seeing here at Love. I mean, the top players in the world competing against one another. Can't stop until the whistle blows.
Massimo Barbolini having a moment talking as Hancock, is that Hancock? I can't see who's bent over. Yep, tying her shoe. And it does give a moment for coaches to have a discussion on both sides.
I think she broke her lace.
Oh, yes.
Look at her, all that energy chasing the ball down.
And yet you kind of want her to just take her time to do the lace, because if you do it wrong,
oh,
right?
That's the worst.
We've seen players jump out of their shoes, but not in a good way there.
It'd be kind of fun to see, but.
Okay, here's teamwork, right?
Absolutely.
The other setter, Pogany, comes running in. Whatever you put down, I'll pick up for you. Let's talk about this league while we have this moment. We're 5 weeks into the season. What has impressed you the most about League One volleyball?
Well, we talked about it earlier. It's the level of play. It's the number of Olympians and world champions that are on the court. But it's really, it's how they run everything. It's about young players. It's about mentoring young athletes, having them see these top players in the world in front of them, in their gyms, when they practice. The clubs are surrounded by the best players in the world. And I think that's the philosophy of Love, is to really grow the game for young women athletes.
Yeah, League One volleyball has like a club attached to each one of these teams. It was already in existence. So as your 14U players are leaving the gym, all the Olympic medalists are walking in. The access has never been done before. Set the other way. Bodies flying everywhere. Cook.
She will swing again, cover herself, ask for the ball again, and finish the play with a kill. Looks like she's wincing a little bit.
Uh-oh, she sure is. And the hand on her back, you can see the pain on her face.
But you know she's gonna fight through this as long as she can.
Pogany pass. Perfect example of high hands. There's a lot to explain there.
Well, and that ball, she didn't come on top of it. She was underneath the ball and hit up into the block. If you watch her approach, it wasn't a full jump. It was incredible. That's brilliant swing by Rishel.
Ajiti serve, catches net.
She's low.
Off the block and out. Oh, and there's going to be a review.
Well, this will be good. It was close.
And it was called by the official. She wants to know. It's not called by either coach.
Make some noise if you think the ball was in.
Ooh.
Oh.
We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it. It's gonna be so close.
The ball was out.
The original call was out. So that's worth noting, because if there isn't conclusive evidence.
Come on, Hawkeye, come on.
Ball's out.
About an inch. Love Atlanta wins the point.
It takes so much of the arguing out of the game.
I know, that's unfortunate.
I
love
know,
arguing.
right? We were all liars before this technology came in. I didn't touch it. Putting the ball at Coutinho, so they only have to worry about these options. And that time, Adams trying to catch the top of the blocker's hand and gets it.
Well, and the ball's tight like that. That's the only thing you can do. And Coutinho's ended up setting a pretty good ball for her off the net. Watch her step close, look up, and hit flat into the hands.
Hancock calls her own number. Salima, let me ask you a question. On the prior play, you said that's all you can do. What can you do to avoid getting used? Because everybody knows that's all they can do.
What you're going to see sometimes are the blockers pull their hands down and just let you sail that thing into the rafters.
Just hearing the sound of Hancock's serve. Again, it's Coutinho kill that gets Hancock off the back line.
Well, she likes that matchup, turning that ball away off the block on the left side. We'll watch this serve again. It comes from left to right. That one came kind of straight in. Normally it tails a little bit, has a little more English on it.
Fairbanks slid underneath the net as she was trying to save that ball.
Trying to keep herself, you could see it, she was crawling underneath, trying to keep that foot from going under.
Service pressure.
How about that serve? We always talk about the tough ones, driving them deep and flat and getting them off the net. Now she's trying to serve it short, so Jimerson is either not an option or forces her to play this ball. We'll keep an eye on that traffic.
Hitting the angles.
That's the trouble when it doesn't work, when you hit an easy serve a little bit too deep to a primary passer. They can pass it perfectly, it frees up the middle, so it's a risk serving that short ball.
Merzick celebrating that with Foley.
And Merzick making a really nice move. Just a shuffle move, but sees it and finishes back towards the court. Very good vision and press over the net by the youngster.
She's probably aged quite a bit in these last 5 weeks. It's just a little bit long.
10-all.
Intentional, straight off the hands.
Intentional, getting it to go out of bounds. Jimerson's so high, you're gonna hit some of those hands, but how do you hit it off to go out of bounds on your own side? That's a different type of swing.
Good pass. Igini has been a difference maker.
She has been a difference maker, and they are reading the sets of Fairbanks right now pretty well. On a perfect pass, she's running the middle, maybe becoming a little bit too predictable, and that might be a difference between the experience of Hancock and the youth of Fairbanks.
Thank you to our partners.
2-point match. Look at the excitement. There's $100,000 going to the winning team. The intensity of these two teams. We're in our second set. Houston took the first.
I'll bring the heat. Bring that summer. Stars in my eyes. You hear the thunder. I'll bring the heat. Burn like the summer.
The largest junior tournament happening here, and the celebrities' daughters have come out. Kevin Garnett's daughter, Candace Parker's daughter, both from basketball families, chose volleyball. Beltre's daughter from baseball. Lane Kiffin, football. Volleyball taken from all these other sports. So some celebs too. Vince Vaughn's daughter. He's the ultimate girl dad, Vince Vaughn, courtside at every match. These players all experienced this same tournament.
Well, that's the beauty of it. They've been here. They know what this means to them. They understand the magnitude of what they're doing being on the stage for these young players. Rachel Fairbanks is here. Look at these guys, these young players playing in tournaments like this that they understand because they have been there.
Look at Zoe Jarvis. Salima, how long have you been coming to this tournament as a coach? Because this is a recruiting opportunity. There's over 850 college coaches here.
From the beginning, 12 years, I guess. I should probably know that, but it's been a long time. I mean, this is the greatest opportunity, the strongest tournament, invitational tournament. That's why you see so many coaches here.
Jimerson's serve. Ajiti handles it. Ajiti again. Merzic steps in. Fairbanks. Good on you. Pogany, though, not fooled. Tight ball. Intentionally. Merzic going for hands. Doesn't get it.
She tried to save that ball with two hands. That's a tough one coming that high and tight. They want to do that so they can use the hands. Couldn't quite track it like she wanted to.
Back to Jordan Thompson. Handled by Yehan Rashaba.
How about it? Big blocker, gets over. Have to be able to slow down Thompson. You know that she's a key to everything.
There's a substitution coming in for Houston that is incredibly impactful. In that they have, again, subbed in Grace Frawling, 6'5" in the front court, and they have their other setter, Kaisa Alanko, provides a bigger block.
Man, IGD, I mean, it's scary. She's not just high, not just physical, she's available, but look at how much power she hits this ball with. Getting her those opportunities has been huge for Houston.
Ball long. Remember, the coaches had the option of a super point. It's worth 2 points, but if you call it and don't convert, the other team gets 2 points.
It's just such an interesting time. There's the siren, it'll go off. We should all hear it and see it, and it makes it that much more exciting. What's the right time to call it?
As if $100,000 of pressure wasn't enough, exactly. It adds another layer of pressure.
14-all.
Let's bring in Geeter.
Guys, you see Kaisa Alanko right now, the backup setter in for Houston. I've been watching during the timeouts on the sideline, and I see Micah Hancock and Alanko talking so much about strategies, and Alanko sharing what she sees. And remember, back on Friday night with Micah out, Alanko came in and set absolutely beautifully. And Salima, you love to see it as a former setter for these two setters to have that great relationship. It's like a starting quarterback and a backup quarterback, and these two are perfect at it.
Well, I love that everyone has the opportunity to hear that, the young players seeing that, because it's so important that you have another set of eyes and someone else that can help you throughout the match. They're going to consistently do that and help one another. What are they seeing? Where should you run the offense? It's a beautiful thing.
Well, and not only did Alanko come in and run the offense, she was player of the match. I mean, she was incredible.
She was so good, and it's just steady. Micah brings that fire, that edge, that different thing. Alanko steady, puts the ball where it needs to go. Those relationships are critical to a team's success.
Uh-oh. A thought for a second that something had, but I think Yarosheva was laughing. Alanko steps in. Ball's up. One of the biggest differences at this level is everything comes up. The covers are incredible. That's Panoy. Another one comes up. Foley, look for the block here. Froling in for this reason. Still good. There's this hesitation in that second, and Massimo Barbolini said, hey, we're calling a challenge here.
How about Panoy with this incredible play off of the block? Chases it down with 2 hands, keeps this ball alive.
They are challenging whether the ball was down. Oh! Rachel Fairbanks may have slid underneath it.
I thought she got it initially, but we'll see.
Rachel Fairbanks there, number 12 in the center, with Kelsey Cook on the right side. When Kelsey Cook started playing professional volleyball, Fairbanks was 12.
Well, that really illustrates a lot, you know, the experience level. And now them playing together. Can you imagine being Rachel Fairbanks?
Right. Grow up idolizing an Olympian who has a gold, a silver, and bronze medal. You want to get her sets right. Ball never over.
Did make it over the net. And just like that, with a 2-point lead.
Timeout called
Houston.
by Atlanta.
We are low, we are not aggressive, play to win. We are just playing. If you miss, okay, we play well, have chance, so we stay. It's good for us to lose. For me, we're feeling good to lose. Go, make strong, go hard. Hit hard indeed. But we have to think about this. What they do, short ball in the center, is difficult position. We take the ball, we put the ball deep. The center has all the options. It's not like we have to make trouble with the tips. Head cover well, put the ball, not good. Simple center, play, block. They're doing this, very simple. Let's play like this. Go.
You know, the frustration is the game is simple. It really, really is. He's saying, this is what Houston's doing right now. Hey, if you're in trouble, tip on the setter. If you have this shot, don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. And I think that's, Atlanta is completely out of sorts right now, which you don't see so often with that team.
Yeah, and he's stressing too, take the aggression. I'm not going to get mad about the move because if you're giving the ball too easy, they're going to slam it back at you anyway. So be aggressive here. If you make a mistake, no big deal. Froling, her first swing, and it's a kill. Geeter, you want to add to the conversation?
Yeah, you know, guys, when you watch this Atlanta team right now struggling to put balls away, you got to remember that their best attacker, Tessa Grubbs, is out. She rolled her ankle a couple of days ago in serve and pass. They're keeping her out this weekend. She has been fantastic. She's so good in the back row. She opens everything up for Kelsey and all these other left side pin hitters. Listen, Danielle Coutinho's doing a really nice job filling in, but still, a player like Tessa Grubbs, you're seeing the loss right now.
It's a great point, Geeter, but Coutinho's block is holding court.
That's a really good point. We talked about that yesterday with Grubbs out. Could Coutinho step up? And she has.
Kelsey Cook serving. Grace Froling, first time, was a winner. Alanko, outside to Rischel. Rischel going for the hands, and it's kind of what you explained earlier, Salima.
It looked like Danielle Coutinho pulled her hands down, knowing that Rischel was going to go for them. Smart play. She hit it way out of bounds.
Foley into the black, Bach and back. Froling She had a deep corner ball and then one down the line. Froling mixing it up. That was an impactful entry for Grace Froling.
She's so high, hits over the top of the block, in the deep corner, can move it around, and that's why she's in. It's blocking and attacking.
I think we need the music from Jaws here because Micah Hancock on the back line. Boodum, boodum, boom, boom. Well handled by Adams. And this is the third consecutive time that Atlanta has sided out on a Micah Hancock serve.
On that pass to attack, Adams handling the ball well, and then she chops this ball down the line. Look at her cross her body just past the block of Jordan Thompson.
Kayla Hainline serve gets an ace off of Pogany. And we are locked up at 18s.
Remember, Atlanta's one of the best serving teams in the league, and she's one of the reasons why.
Hainline goes out. Pianot Pinoy in the libero from Thailand with Maddie Kingdon-Rishel serving. Back. Pinoy keeps it in play. The most familiar hitter for Micah Hancock. And there's Tia Jimerson. What she can do to wreak havoc.
Atlanta taking those big swings just like you talked about, but how about Pinoy and her defensive efforts? Been so good. But this is the offense he was talking about. You gotta swing, you gotta make big plays right now.
Locked at 19 apiece. Atlanta dropped the first set by 2. They made a push late, it was just a little too late. Here's Bug serving, which means that Gia Day is up front. Houston able to side out. And as Rafaela Foley goes back, Gia Day comes in for Atlanta. We've also got Amber Igidi in the middle and the front. She has been holding court there. Mackenzie Adams at the end line. Hancock outside. Pinoy slows it down with a higher pass. What a block, Igidi and Thompson. And a net violation. I think it was Merzick who caught the net.
Tough time to have a net violation. This is where all the action happens at the end of sets. Those little errors make the difference.
But okay, now we think now, okay? It's important. The ball arrives, we wait, they don't close the ball, so they play again, and we defense in this way. We are defense this ball, okay? We have to use too much the block, okay? Because now they are, every time is long, we must go against the left, against the right hand, against the left hand, okay? We have to use a little bit more, because the middle block is arriving good, okay? So we change. Dai, get this one, go.
Coach, what do you make of it?
Well, I think he was talking about how they're using the block and how they're attacking the block. Because the middles on the other side are getting in position well, they have to tool off the hands and get things to go out of bounds a little bit better. That was my interpretation of it. I was trying to listen in to see if that's exactly what he meant. But it was definitely a different strategy off the block.
Massimo Barbolini will speak Italian, obviously, to Foley and Sara Loda, and then English, of course, for the rest of it. But this is the first time out I've heard him not say the words, no problem. He likes to say, it's no problem, elevate. Nice and calming. JT, one blocker, not handling it. Look at the face on Jordan Thompson as she points to her setter.
When the block was held enough, you see Jimerson has to go with IGD. That's what created that seam. They've been setting her enough in those situations to open up one-on-one behind.
Massimo Barbolini consistently now going with Grace Froling in the front.
Well, it makes sense. You've got to take the edge off of some of the kills. You need a big block. You need more kills yourself, and that's what this 6-2 option provides.
With Thompson out, Kaisa Alanko comes in. Froling. I love it when somebody comes off the bench and makes an impact.
I mean, that is such a high swing. First of all, again, setting it to the rafters, and Froling just goes up and gets it. Let her be physical. Over the top, inside the block.
Giaday shut down. IGD is taking it personally.
Incredible move by Ajiti, getting over the net. The complete stuff on Day.
Look out here. Caleb, close. Let's go to the distance. Let's go. One side out, we change, 3 on the net. We are in the game. Let's go. Attention. Attention with the short and the ball on the net. Everybody play, okay? Let's go, Cass. Go, Gio.
What do you think, Salima, needs to happen here for each side this late in the set?
Well, it always comes down to the pass. So Atlanta has to control the ball right now because the block is huge, and stepping up on the side of Houston, get the middles involved quickly on that side of the net.
That's a Cook over the top. Cook, big swing through the block, and Atlanta locks it up at 23 apiece.
Cook's been really good at managing the sets that haven't been perfect for her, and then coming back on the second swing out of system and getting the kills. We talked a little bit about that rhythm. They're trying to still find it on the outside.
Rachel Fairbanks back to serve. She's got Katino Hainline and Kelsey Cook up front. Mackenzie Adams is a back row option. The official's going to take a look one more time for themselves while she is seeing whether that's in or out. What do you think has been the spark for IGD today? This is more active than we have seen her.
Well, you know, you talk about things being on the line. Maybe it's $100,000 that's on the line. Look at that. The ball's on the line. Everything's on the line for IGD. I don't know. She's a competitor, right? We talk about this. These are competitive female athletes that want to win.
I think part of it, too, is that whenever you get your shot on the floor in this league, you got to make the most of it, because everybody is great. Adams swims underneath. Coutinho, it's out of reach, and that's the one rotation where Houston does not have a Libra on the floor.
That's a key swing at the right time by Coutinho. Hitting that ball down the line, tying it up here, giving themselves this opportunity to go ahead.
Win by 2. Froling continues to inspire.
Hainline a little bit late on that block, and saw her kind of batting at the ball, and that's why it went out of bounds. Froling, excellent job contributing every time she comes in.
This is your ideal situation if you are Houston. Hancock on the back line. She's human.
She is human. Tried to cut it. That toss may have been a little bit in front of her, and then she couldn't get that ball over the net at that point.
Substitution coming in. This is Bea Negrati serving. Another Italian. Nagrati, simple down the line. Total control. Uh-oh. That's a great job by Adams. Fixing a set that was challenging. Mackenzie Adams has been a revelation.
So good. Managing the tight set, recycling it into the block, giving herself another opportunity, and hitting that deep corner. How good is Adams right now?
Of the second set.
Transition, we arrive and we block close. Moving this side, okay? We move, we can go back with Jordan, okay? I guess, we go. Next one.
Micah Hancock, could she look any more relaxed, laughing, connecting with her players? Just a smile.
She's just been here. You know, she knows what it feels like. She knows what it means, and you can keep it light. You can compete all at the same time. What does your team need in the moment?
Keep an eye for Houston's side with Thompson and Foley next to each other. They also were on the same team in Italy and have solidified that block. Set point, Atlanta. Attacking high hands. Fairbanks, beautiful set. And a net violation against Houston as Atlanta takes the set. They're looking around to see if there's going to be a challenge. There is not. Net was bouncing. So Kelsey Robinson, Cook, and company even the match. Oh, yeah.
That's a tough way to end it.
Kelsey Robinson, Cook, and her team even it up at 1 apiece. We're going to settle in for a really nice match.
The off season from national team, for the first time in my career, I had 3 months off. I think our bodies and our minds are used to going and constantly moving, and I was really kind of hit in the face a little bit with you have time. And a lot of it really was healing injuries, healing my mind. I haven't had that time before, so I'm really grateful to have that opportunity.
Kelsey Robinson Cook was athlete #1 signed for League One volleyball. 4 years of conversation, after signing that contract. And she, on the first day that this league launched, had tears in her eyes. She was emotional, saying it's so important to her, not just to play in the United States, but to have those connections with the juniors.
Yeah, and I think because you grow up in this country, wanting to play at the next level, the collegiate level, the national team, you understand the importance of having people around you. And Kelsey Cook, it means so much to her to be in front of these youngsters and to give them someone to look up to and something to strive for.
Now that League One volleyball is here in the United States, it is becoming one of the toughest leagues in the world. The other two are Italy and Turkey. And Kelsey Cook and a number of other athletes turned down big-time offers there to play in the United States and bring this level of intensity to this country. There she is with a dig. Adams, Jordan Thompson. Her face when she gets one is like mad.
Well, she's mad, she's competitive, and she wants to win. Talk about what's at stake, not just for her team, for her. Look at the fire. Let's go.
Volleys serve to Robinson Cook. That's what Paulo Coco was saying, though, right? Take the big swing. It's okay if we make a mistake.
Take the rip. That stretched her a little bit too far in front of the 10-foot line, and then you see she couldn't get on top of the ball like she wanted to.
Mackenzie Adams serving front court setter and Rachel Fairbanks. What a serve. Merzic chops it the other way.
This is how you cover in the game of volleyball. The ball is going to be blocked straight down. I talk to my team all the time about coverage. It's a big point of emphasis right now in the spring. Get down, get low, and be ready to go. Keeping this ball alive is why they scored that point.
Fairbanks gets underneath it, sends something low over to Coutinho. Ball is out. Rachel Fairbanks just finished her NCAA eligibility, and she wasn't going to play in League One volleyball. Atlanta had a setter that got hurt. So on January 3rd, they called her. She signed the contract in Pennsylvania, then flew to California, then flew to Atlanta. January 6th was her first practice. So 3 days after she was invited to play, and 2 days later was her first professional match.
And that is hard. It is a tall order for a young setter, no matter how good you are in college. I've been there playing with my idols. Paula Weishoff, who is one of the coaches here at Love, was an idol. I was playing with her. That means so much, and there's a lot of stress and pressure to play well for your teammates, and she has done a phenomenal job out of college coming into this league.
What was that like for you, setting Paula Weishoff?
Well, I was scared at first.
What were you scared of?
Well, they were the women, they were intense. They were Olympians. They were my idols. I didn't want to make errors. I didn't want to disappoint them. There were so many things. And Paula's one of the greatest people and one of my best friends now because of that connection.
Service is long. And for anybody, let's bring in Geeter to the conversation.
Hey guys, we're talking about Rachel Fairbanks, and earlier this weekend you saw Eric Sullivan in the audience, the new women's national team coach. And as you look to the future in the next quad, 2028 in LA, you know, you still have Poulter, Carlini, but you start to think about the young players that will be in the gym, and you can guarantee Rachel Fairbanks will be one of those setters.
That's a great point, Peter, because the fans here watching get a chance to see her grow and develop. It's one of the things about League One is that you're watching and then you're like, yes, she made the Olympic team.
That is so true. That is so true. All these young players fighting for those spots, and Rachel Fairbanks is one of the purest, cleanest setters. And it is just this pressure, this situation in this league that's gonna show a little bit of maybe up and down with a young setter, but man, she is good, talented, delivers such a good ball.
Hancock, Fairbanks steps in. And Kelsey Cook, Salima, let me follow up on that with you. When you say Fairbanks is a pure, clean setter, what does that mean?
Well, you see some setters where they're moving around, spinning around. She's got fantastic hands. The ball comes out the same pretty much all the time. She's decepted by looking the same all the time. Just consistent in what she does.
Great use of that block.
Bristol off the block and out. Micah Hancock on the back line. I was waiting to see if we might get a super point from Barbolini, but nope.
Second serve for Hancock that goes into the net. And sometimes in and out of rhythm, she's gonna find her groove and get back into it.
Thompson, a little too much.
Pogany went down, looked very uncomfortable for a minute. Couldn't quite see what happened on the serve. We'll take a look at it. Oh, she got a knee to the thigh, I think.
Oh.
Maybe she hurt a joint herself, but I think that knee hit her hard right into the side of her thigh.
So you have to declare your libero before the set in League One volleyball. Of course, an injury, then you could have the challenge, but if she leaves this set, she wouldn't be able to come back in. Kay Alves out of Brazil is their other libero on Houston.
Well, and having these conversations, you know, I love that the players are helping her, trying to talk her through this. Are you sure you're okay or not? I mean, this is one of the best liberos, and she's got to be able to move. She's got to be able to react, make those cuts.
Not much of a question for me that if I'm Kayla Hainline on the backcourt, this might be the one time I try her out to one side or the other.
Well, and you might see them tip on her a little bit. Can she accelerate to a ball? They'll see how she ends up moving.
Ooh. Eyes watery.
Yeah, she's in pain. And I love this.
Oh, wow.
I love how tough some of these players are and how much they want to play and continue.
Jordan Thompson, it's picked up. Missing a little communication there. And they do indeed tip on Pogany to see. What a set by Fairbanks. Let's not lose that in this conversation. That was beautiful. Pogany sets Thompson. Wow. Fairbanks just orchestrating, a musician on her side.
Beautiful. So here's the tip. Just trying to stay off of that side of her body. But man, Fairbanks moving it around, setting hitter to hitter all the way across the pins and finally getting that to fall.
Poganey's like, okay, I've crashed in the last 2 plays. Can everybody just stay away from me here? Perfect pass by Poganey. What a recovery for her. And it did. What a baller. Anna Poganey is a baller.
Slow to get up, but man, still making plays. Nothing's going to stop her from keeping that ball off the floor right now. There's that perfect pass, and then comes back and makes a huge defensive play when she's in pain. That is no easy feat.
Fairbanks quickly to Adams.
Like that they keep that ball in system as she's moving along the net, and it even gets a little bit faster the closer she gets to the outside.
Merzick brings it back into the court. Jordan Thompson, off hands, beautiful pickup by Fairbanks. Hancock to Merzick. Poganey, all the way outside for Jordan Thompson. Was that Kelsey Robinson-Cook that we heard scream, come on?
That was incredible. I believe it was her, but they knew it. They could all see the play develop as it was happening. All of them knew she was getting this ball beautifully set right off the shoulder of Rachel Fairbanks.
It was her watching her lips. That's terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Right, you got her coming?
It's a nightmare.
Fairbanks again picks it up. Set by Piano Pinoy.
And
9-all.
There's a lot of pressure on Katina. She stepped up in a major way, but remember, Grubbs is out. They're counting on her to carry a big load, which Grubbs has done throughout the course of the season.
Remember, this is the first time these two teams have met this year, so they're still figuring each other out.
Well, that's a really good point. You can scout all you want, you can see film all of you want, but really being on the court, what's happening in the moment, in those rotations, how am I going to focus on one player or another? That's the game that's going on right now.
Yeah, and they are going to play each other 3 times in March, so here's your time to figure it out. It's just got $100,000 attached to it. Hancock again to Igidi, goes the other way. Amber Igidi thinking the game.
Well, hits one ball towards Pinoy. Ball's off the ground. It's the second ball, cut back to the right back.
That's the 10th kill for Igidi out of the middle. 9th kill for her, actually. Ace serve. There is no setter on the court for Houston right now. This is part of this substitution pattern. When Jordan Thompson is done serving, they will bring in their other setter, but right now it's Grace Foling in the front court. Poganey on one leg.
Get up!
Ball's good. Throwing, do her job. That's why she's in. What a beautiful play by the national champion, Jess Merzick.
Again, seeing that block in front of her, what is the right swing based on where their defense is and where the block is? That's the high flat down the line.
We are at the media timeout, and Houston leading by 2. When we come back, Thompson will be on the line again, and she's happy about it. Fired up.
Kansas City Medical Team.
League One Volleyball is presented by Adidas and by Love Finals, where the first League One Volleyball champion will be crowned. Join us April 10th, 11th, and 13th at the KFC Yum Center in Louisville. Tickets are now on sale. Go to LOVBfinals.com for more details. Rachel Fairbanks, we were just talking about her and the way she is handling the court like a veteran presence.
Well, it's hard to do when you're a young player with all these elite players, but watch her move around the court, talking to her middle blocker, looking for the opportunities. And you can see her communicating the entire way through. She is running this offense at such a high level and like a veteran, just like you said.
Jordan Thompson has been on a service roll after the timeout. She keeps it going. And Tia Jimerson off of Amber Igidi.
Well, I like this battle right now. Jimerson getting up. She wants to get set. She wants to hit that ball around Igidi.
Now Tia Jimerson in the backcourt, reminding you that Grace Froling is up front for Houston. She adds a different dynamic. Alanko running the offense.
You talked about Igidi earlier, and what's going on? What's the fire? What's the energy? I mean, I'm telling you, she has just come alive. And they know it. There's confidence in her. And as a setter, you want to set someone that's confident and asking for the ball all the time.
How about your middle being your kill leader? That's Igidi with 10 kills.
Crazy.
And the efficiency of it.
Well, and it shows they're also controlling the ball really well. Houston passing well enough to get the middles involved.
Froling changes speed.
Love that. Hits the first one super hard. Everyone's on their heels. And that donut, that's what you call the middle of the court, the high roll shot. And it's so difficult because of her contact point. She's over top. It's not coming from low to high. It's high to down.
Right, exactly. Adams doing a beautiful job passing. Only one blocker, and Richel's able to slow it down. Goes for hands. She says, I got it. And Massimo Barbolini being implored that he must challenge that ball.
You got to do it. If they're screaming for it, you got to do it. She made a nice block move to start that play. And then going for the hands, we'll see if we can see the touch on the replay. Oh, there's the finger.
There it
That
is.
pinky moving. Hain line trying to sell it.
Can't blame her for trying.
Nope.
Massimo Barbolini will keep his challenge because it was successful, and he has 2 remaining. And that's enough for Paolo Coco. He's going to take a timeout. Kind of slow this roll of Houston.
All right, fans. We're going to talk about the super point. We have some fans in the stands here. Everyone's wanting the super point. Look at this collage we have here.
All the time when she don't have space, it's like this, you know, it's the time to take the hands off. Sometimes, no space, difficult. Take, if you hit one, doesn't matter. So continue to give the hands not good. Let's go. Let's hit over again, let's hit over again. Let's go.
We love making a mosaic with them. And we'll see.
Here's our ACC Big 12 Big Monday doubleheader on ESPN. Cooper Flagg leads number 3 Duke against Virginia at 8 Eastern. Then Caleb Love and number 13 Arizona take on Baylor at Foster Pavilion in Waco. That's our ACC Big 12 Monday doubleheader. Back here at the League One Volleyball Classic championship match, $100,000 $1,000 on the line to the winner of this match. Fairbanks to Katina. Grace Froling. It's still up. Froling has been incredibly efficient scoring. What's the key to her being so successful?
Well, the key is she's moving the ball around. You know she can hit high, deep, and over the block. Now she's hitting a roll shot in the middle, tipping over the top down the line. And that's what makes it so difficult for the defenders to know where to be all the time against her. I love that she's moving the ball that way.
6 kills on 9 swings for Froling, no errors. Quick. Over to Adams. Here it comes. Froling again. I mean, if she's having success, why not? And then an error. It's getting wider, this now 5-point differential.
It is, and the defensive effort on the side of Houston right now. Look at the young players like Merzik's in the middle back, just scooping balls. I mean, this is the next level, and she's keeping the ball off the floor. A lot of great defensive effort, not allowing Atlanta to score.
Ball is in, cross court, Froling.
And that's a perfect example. Katina's in there. Maybe she's going to tip middle of the court. She hasn't hit that shot yet. Now she cuts it like a beach shot, and Katina's too far inside the court. Froling having a day.
The same, no mistake, girls. 6 points are not enough, We need more, and more. It's the moment. Pay attention now, maybe Coutinho from that ball start to go over for the tip, okay? Over tip, okay? Bye, girls.
I love Massimo Barbolini because earlier in the season, in the 5th set, they were trailing 6-11. And he was like, we get one side out, it's no problem. And it wasn't. Right. They came back and won that set. Now he's saying 6 points, it's not enough.
You gotta love it, gotta love it.
Gator, what do you think of it?
I'm really loving the double switch, going to the 6-2 with Alanko and Froling coming in for Thompson and Micah. I'll tell you what, guys, it's been masterful by Massimo. When he's done it, perfect timing. It's really slowing down the left side pin attackers for Atlanta and causing a lot of problems. And both right side attackers are bombing balls as we see another ace.
You're exactly right, Gator, in that both right side attackers, we've been talking about Jordan Thompson from the right side, but now to have Grace Froling in and doing incredible work with 7 kills of her own, it's double trouble.
That's a lot of production from that side of the court.
Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness, make it 8. 8 for Froling and 8 for Thompson. Gator couldn't have been more right about that position.
That's one position normally, and now you're getting 16 kills, and the match isn't over out of one position, 2 different players playing it.
Coutinho. Got the better of it, and a net violation, though, against Rischel. There's a break for Atlanta, down by 7, lots of work to do.
A huge break. Ajiti underneath there, making that play, keeping the ball alive. That's a difference right now. If Houston, everybody's scrapping and clawing, covering on defense.
There's the block they've been waiting for with Atlanta.
On Coutinho doing that, staying on the right side. So a block switch, now they're gonna move back. They're gonna switch again. Interesting work on the blocking side for Atlanta.
Alanko to Merzik in the back. Another net violation against Houston. Why are they doing that switching with the block?
Well, you've got the big attacker, it's Froling on the right side. They want to slow her down. So who's the better blocker? Where's the ball going to go next? So a lot of times you can just match them up. hey, now you block on the left, you block on the right. So we might see a good deal more of that from Atlanta.
When you dig full transition, that's different. We have to play the balls from two. We know she has it. We have to open two. Flash defense and then go to deep. Okay, if the ball's off the system, what they do? Deep and deep balls. Block out and cross go deep. So 1 and 5 deep, sets, back. Okay, go.
Atlanta making a push. Now, we saw this out of Atlanta towards the end of the first set. It was too little, too late.
And this could be an opportunity for a super point.
Yes.
You know, close
but it
the
could
gap.
also really hurt.
Yeah, no, for sure.
One way or the other. Throwing. That has got to frustrate Paolo Coco, and indeed, it does.
And it's tough. Panoy's deep down the line, expecting her to still hit it, but she hasn't really turned that ball when she's facing into the angle. She gave that tip away just a little bit. Perhaps could have played it.
Micah Hancock at the service line. There it is again. Gia Day stands in and handles it, gets the opportunity and crushes.
We saw that play with Mackenzie Adams, a perfect pass to attack off of Hancock, and now Day taking care of that ball. Gets her approach going quickly to beat the block in that seam.
Fairbanks underneath. There's just a lot of conversation happening. Hancock outside, Rischel. Fairbanks, backcourt, goes to Cook and is wide. She's got Foley in the middle. Is that in her head, maybe?
You know, I think that ball was maybe a little bit too low and close to the net, and that forced her to hit the ball out of bounds. She didn't want to hit it straight ahead, that's for sure. If you cut it, you miss the block, and you also miss the court in that situation.
Whoa, masterful set as Fairbanks finds Jimerson.
Houston looking for a throw call on that one. Not happy about that.
So this is a sub we have not seen before. This is Oniofebu, part of the Love Six. She is one of the players coming right out of the NCAA into this league. She played for Matt Ulmer at Oregon. We have not seen her this weekend.
Let's see if she can make a difference.
Maddie Bug, serve. No touch. The official wants to make sure and take one look.
An official review here.
Atlanta was very excited about that swing, thinking it was out of bounds. I'm not sure, she may have caught some hands here.
Here it is. What do we think? Touch or no
I
touch?
didn't see it. I mean, to me, it looks like it's right through.
Oh, we get the extra zoom in.
Do we see anything on the super zoom?
On the right hand, right finger?
I think it's a field goal. Remember, the original call is out. So unless the official sees something definitively, it will stand, and the official does not. So it will stand. The effort to use Oniofebu's hands falls short. Look at this. The lead has now been cut to 3.
We talked about the push at the end of last set. Atlanta doing it again.
Maddie Bug played her collegiate volleyball for Kevin Hambley at Stanford. Anybody that comes out of Stanford, you know they're thinking the game.
Oh, without question.
Illinois to Giaday. Got to make sure you clear that block. And a net violation, I think, was a follow-through on putting that ball down. That one is costly.
That
the
is
difference
costly.
between 2022 versus 23-19.
And they're trying to be aggressive at the net and control it.
To the middle. Onyeofebu makes a difference.
How about that double quick action? Afebu in the middle. Jimerson goes behind on the slide. You have to pick one.
Giaday is up next on serve.
Beautiful run on the side of Atlanta.
What kind of fortitude does that take to not be on the court all weekend, come in the third set and get a kill?
Not just physically, but mentally being prepared for that is big.
Don't touch fence.
With that error, it'll be Houston set point.
But first, before some of you celebrate, we are going to challenge that last play.
There is a challenge, though.
Love Atlanta is challenging for a net touch.
Now, you can have a challenge for a number of reasons, including just slowing down the momentum.
For sure. Doesn't seem like anyone, they're staying in serve receive.
The challenge is there. It's been designated.
All right. Looking for that net touch.
No net touch.
That means it is definitely set point for Love Houston.
And here's that same substitution that Chris McGee was telling us he has been loving. Grace Froling in up front. It is set point Houston. No designated setter or no official setter on the side for Houston. Kelsey Robinson-Cook, big swing, unsuccessful, and Houston goes up 2-1. $100,000 on the line. Jordan Thompson showing the love as Houston is one set away from winning $100,000 in this Love Classic.
When I was first approached by Love, I was so incredibly pumped up by their vision. I think the steps that they were taking to build a sustainable league and one that's athlete-centered and truly an entire ecosystem, I think was really innovative and had never been done before. And it just made me really excited to be a part of something way bigger than myself.
When she's talking about an entire ecosystem, she's talking about from the juniors all the way to the professionals.
Well, and that's when you have each team affiliated with a club in the area, they get to be in the gym with them. They get to see them train. They get to work with them every single day. And she understands how important that is. That ecosystem has grown and is growing bigger, bigger in the country. And now you're seeing the professional side of it. It's truly incredible, and I understand what she means. It's way bigger than just her.
All right, this is it for Atlanta. If you want to get to that $100,000 prize awarded to the winner of this match, it's go time. Must-win set. The team that does not win this will finish second in the inaugural Love Classic, and they will take home $40,000. It's a big difference.
It's a huge difference, and we'll watch the three-time Olympian Kelsey Cook and see how she steps up for her team.
Atlanta has been very successful in getting Micah Hancock off the back line. That was Magda Yehilarasheva out of Washington State with the kill. Love her aggression. Rishel trying to get hands, doesn't. She thinks about asking for a challenge. It's very early.
Yeah, it's early. It's too early if you're not fully sure. That's true.
Yehilarasheva again serving. Over the top. I love the setter going back to her.
And you heard calling the shot for her as well. Confidence in your hitters. Gaining confidence out of your hitters by going back to them.
Wait, I didn't hear it. Are you saying Micah told her?
Oh yeah,
what to
tip,
do?
tip, short, short.
Okay, there you go. How come the opponents didn't hear that? Come on now. Gotta listen to Micah.
That's right.
Name is Hancock. Hancock, you listen, yeah. All right, Foley. Not sure if that was going to go over, but if it was, Rafa Foley was lined up.
Fairbanks and Robinson still trying to find that connection out of the back row so she can fly in there. We saw one where she absolutely ripped it. Now she's stretched out for a couple, had to tip. See if they can solidify that in this set.
Mackenzie Adams, Pogany. That was very short, and Benoit handled it. Jordan Thompson inside to get it. Merzik. So much communication. 7 inside, and Jimerson yelling, "Come on!"
Always ready for it. Houston team frustrated on the other side again, wanting a throw, but trying to let that go and move forward. But a nice job on the side of Atlanta, finding the middle, firing it in there.
Pogany on the money. JT.
That tip by JT, totally different. Open hand, just kind of touches it quickly. I think sometimes when they were arguing what Jimerson was doing, it was holding on to the ball a little bit longer, changing direction, like carrying the ball. That's what we would call a throw and why they would argue.
Fairbanks, not sure who that was intended for. That's a big block, because I was just thinking before then, is JT gonna get it really going in this set?
Well, it is a big block, and she's trying to hit high and deep, but it's in front of her. That's why this league is so good. You watch her be, you know, have 20+ kills one night, hit over top of the block, then it's just a different block in front of you, right? You talked about these teams never playing each other. She's got to figure that out.
This has been a really successful rotation for Houston with Jordan Thompson serving, but Barbolini choosing not to put in Froling here. First of all, you only get 8 subs, so probably saving that for later in the set. Gia Day trying to pop it in the middle. Merzik. What is it about her that makes her so elite at exactly that?
Well, she sees the block, and she has good control of her hand and her arm. Like, that's the difference. You can't swing the same every time and expect to be able to use all of your shots. Just the evolution of her IQ and playing against the professionals, too.
Behind to JT. So that's 2 now in this rotation for Houston.
Jordan Thompson, well, and she's got a tough serve, too. Let's keep that in mind. But having her be able to attack out of the back row while she's in that serving rotation is big.
There's a substitution for Atlanta. You see Fairbanks on the sideline talking to Paolo Coco. He has gone with the Maddie Bug, Gia Day double sub.
He's having some conversation right now with Rachel Fairbanks, I think, you know, talking about how she wants to run the offense, talking about where she needs to set the ball, and that's what a great coach does, have these conversations when she's out to help her when she comes back in the game.
Our next TGL matches are tomorrow. We're going to have 3 of them. LA takes on Atlanta at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on ESPN, followed by Atlanta and the Bay, and we'll cap the night on ESPN2 with the Bay and Boston Common at 7 Eastern. TGL, that is golf. Do you golf?
I did, ish, a long time ago. So
okay, so the answer to that question is no. Yeah. Let's see what Bug and Gia Day are able to do here with Thompson on the service line. Wow. The way that Bug delivered that to Tia Jimerson, just flat.
Well, and right now, she's just finding space between the block. The last 3 swings have been tips or kind of those jams down in the middle of the court, which are impossible to defend.
Yahya Larasheva comes in the middle for Atlanta. No dice.
Well, Merzik saw that shot. It was available. Hit it hard and missed the court just by a little bit.
Locked at 6s. Paolo Coco making eye contact with Maddie Bug right before that play. The thing about Jess Merzik, Salima, is that when it came time to name the 4 finalists for National Player of the Year in NCAA volleyball, she was not one of them. And yet she ended up being the most outstanding player on the national championship team.
Well, and just watching her play in that moment, in that match, that just showed so much about who she is and what a competitor she is.
She kind of spoke softly and carried a big stick. Didn't say anything about it.
That's right.
Katie Schumacher-Cauley, head coach of Penn State, didn't say anything about it. She just did the work.
And do the work, and it's about the team. That's what makes you good. You know, you can't worry about things like that. Just keep getting better for your team. I think that's what Jess Merzik does.
Rachel Fairbanks back in after that conversation with Paolo Coco. Danielle Coutinho in as well. We'll see if we can see anything different here. Igidi continues to have the Midas touch.
When the block was there, you saw Cook move in. Oh my goodness. Fairbanks tripping over the towel wipers.
Oh, that was very sweet because the girl was mortified.
Yes,
and she's like, I'm so sorry. And Rachel's like, it's all good. Wow. Katina like kept unraveling her arm.
Kept going and going, and right now, what is working for Atlanta? The tip to the middle of the court. That is scoring every time right now. Hard to defend because you have to put someone there or really be ready to explode underneath it.
Foley.
Foley's been pretty quiet offensively. See if they can handle the ball and get her, continue to get her more involved.
Yeah, Foley, 3 kills on 9 swings. Heavy. That's frustrating.
Very frustrating. That's a missed opportunity. Misconnection on the side of Atlanta. You saw Adams has to reach back to try and tip this ball over the net. Houston should have been able to handle that, convert, and transition.
Yeah, Larasheva serve. Out again. Hold hands down and let Larasheva with a big dig. We have seen more net violations. Geeter, what do you think about all this?
So I wanted to let everyone know to be aware of the power tip. It is driving Massimo absolutely crazy. But the reason why she's so successful at it is she's getting into the gap between the right side blocker and the middle blocker, and you just can't stop it. You can only dig it, and it's not easy.
What a great ad by Geeter, looking for it, because Barbolini's losing his hair. Wait, it's already gone. But he is frustrated by it.
It's really frustrating. I mean, that's something when you know there's just a subjective call and there's nothing you can do about it. That's the most frustrating part.
Merzic doesn't get hands, gets the coffin corner where balls go to die.
And Merzic has been moving the ball around the court. We saw her hit high hands off the edge of the block. They're going to need that, especially when Jordan Thompson's picking up a lot of tips, playing some off blocker. You need somebody else that can soar out of system.
Adams, it's still up. Foley to Merzic. Back court, the plant by Coutinho. And it's Ajiti who finishes it.
And giving Jordan Thompson the credit for hitting that ball that was an overpass because she hit it so hard.
You know, the difference I'm seeing here as we go to break is the length of these rallies, and these fans are loving it. Every ball coming up time and time again.
You hear the thunder, I'll bring the heat, burn like the summer, stars
Let's revisit our Adidas scouting report, Salima. What do you make of it?
Well, you see the difference in the hitting percentage, and the setters run the offense, right? So Houston out hitting Atlanta by almost 100 percentage points. And for Atlanta, Adams has really, really stepped up. She was that other person that they needed. Thompson getting on the floor, digging the ball, but really it's her offensive game that stayed with it. They need to make her work, but she's still able to score. And I think this is why Atlanta's a bit on the back foot right now. Jordan Thompson picking up plays, making it happen, but still scoring offensively.
A little bit of everything. And the offensive numbers are interesting. Here comes Fairbanks. Tip again. Pinoy read it all the way. Coutinho. Foley brings it back. Can you? No. Good run by the middle. You don't often see the middles do that big run.
You don't.
Although Yeharasheva did one earlier on Atlanta's side.
It's hard to do. I mean, these are long players that have to get all those limbs going.
Yeah.
Chase it down. That's not easy.
Murzik handles heat. And then gives heat. May have been a little bit of a miss on the set. Hesitation. Hancock would have had that. She saw something that made her stop. I think it was
frustrating. Yeah, you don't see that very often. Hancock was headed towards it. Ajiti maybe wanted to make a play. We'll take a look at it here. Ball's coming. A little bit of hesitation.
Yeah, I think she was thinking Ajiti, and you don't want to run into somebody at this point.
No.
Locked at 12s. Ajiti turns it too wide.
Unforced error. They're handling the ball well. Ajiti has been scoring in those situations. Avoiding the block of Jimerson in that situation. I'll look to see if she just lays it up there for Thompson to get the side out.
Coutinho. Boy, has she filled a void.
And it's so good. You know, they're moving her around the court. The block's going all the way out with the slide attack, and Coutinho comes in on that gap swing out of the back row. Offense looking a little bit cleaner right now on the side of Atlanta.
Okay, we go, guys. Next one, if they play after they go quick, in block we are good, okay? We go, bye. Nothing to do.
I want to hear you like that in the.
That is kind of me.
Is it?
Well, you got to keep people calm, right? And they feed off of your energy. Sometimes it's like, yeah, they need the fire. Is this the moment? You know, what are you giving your team right now? Calm under pressure. We know what to do. Execute the game plan. We good. You know, I like that. I don't say we good, but
I've called a lot of games that you've coached in, and what you do is basically play from the sideline. When you back up like you're going to go take an approach.
I'm a crazy person.
Well, I'm just saying, you still got it.
Well, I don't know if I got it.
It looks like you do. You're playing without a ball, but it looks like you do. Mackenzie Adams. Of course, Salima, head coach of Notre Dame. Jess Murzik attacking the hands of the block, and it was a good timeout for Massimo Barbolini. And here we are seeing that substitution that Chris McGee was talking about, and I agree. Froling coming in. It's been a very successful rotation. Shut down Ajiti and Murzik.
How about that read by Ajiti, just making a little move, knowing on that perfect pass they wanted to set Jimerson. She shifts, little shuffle to finish the play. Excellent move.
Ajiti playing like she's playing for 100 grand. Oh wait, she is. 100 grand to the winning team. Pogany underneath it. Pogany, that's a great cover up that block. That time intentional by Merzick, knowing Pogany was there. So they could go the other way. There was a buzzer.
It was a very loud buzzer.
At the end of that rally. It was an unintentional buzzer, I believe. And so the official's gonna take a look, and I think what they're looking at, Salima, I may be wrong, is whether that ball was down before the buzzer.
Well,
can you?
We shall see. There's a lot going on here. And Patty Rolfe trying to keep everybody calm, explain what's going on.
Well, we'll try to figure this out. Let's revisit Anna Pogany, who was injured earlier.
Pogany doesn't look like she's injured. She keeps going and going, digging balls, covering ball, keeping it alive. But although she is still getting up kind of gingerly on that left leg.
So what it ended up being was a net fault. And indeed, it was true that Atlanta now gets the point.
You know, and I think it was when Merzick went up with two hands trying to throw that ball into the block. She ended up touching the net.
This is an intense set. If Houston wins this set, they win the championship and the $100,000. If Atlanta wins it, we go to a fifth set, 15 points. How much is that per point?
I'm great at math, not right now.
We need Gitter to do that math for us.
Rolling, seeing that angle, hitting the ball inside the block. And how effective has this 6-2 rotation been for Houston? This is a big moment for them right now to stretch and take the lead.
Wow. Coutinho, talk me through that play.
That's incredible. I mean, she is right behind the line. The block is pulled with the middle. She's one-on-one, and she is flying out of the back row to attack that ball.
To the middle, covered well. Outside to Cook. Ferenc back to Cook. And baits Houston into a net violation.
The moments when it's on, Kelsey Cook, she's still trying to will her team to this victory. She has the ability to do it. If she gets that ball that she needs, she can hit high and flat, hard inside the angles, and I think that's what she's waiting for to lead her team to a victory.
Houston responds. Atlanta in the lead, but it's a micro lead in a must-win set.
You've got Coutinho out there staying on the left in this rotation, not running around.
And there's Kelsey Cook on the right. Oh my goodness, she's jumping higher and hitting harder.
That is why. A great offensive call. What are the matchups? Where are they gonna go? Holy moly, that's hard.
15 kills for Coutinho. What a play by that. Mackenzie Adams.
Rachel was going for those hands. We keep talking about them using the high, flat hands of the block. And watch Adams jump and pull her hands down. The ball gets hit out of bounds. Brilliant play.
All right, fans, thank you for submitting those photos. You can keep
It's kind of fool me once, shame on you, and fool me twice, shame on me. She wasn't going to have it. We mentioned that League One volleyball is all about engaging the juniors in what is possible. And part of that is getting to interact with these Olympians. Look at these reactions when they get to hold Olympic medals.
I mean, it's such a big deal, you know? They're like, really? Wait, what is
They're
happening?
heavy, right?
They're really heavy. It's surprising because you just don't know. You don't know until you feel it in your hands and you're like, wow, I am holding real Olympic medals and the weight of it, and the 2 Olympians back-to-back in our view right now.
I mean, how about that? Jordan Thompson handing them a gold and a silver.
Oh, it's crazy.
Which one you like better,
Yeah.
Tokyo
Yeah.
or Paris?
Go, 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 go.
Fairbanks back to Adams. Solo stop by Rischel.
That is a great move by Rischel. She stays just outside the attacker and jumps into the angle when she sees her coming in cross court. Beautiful move.
Solid pass from Cook. What a dig. And Jordan Thompson with the finish.
Cleaning up the garbage. But it always starts with defense. Getting underneath this ball is Mrzic. But man, Jordan Thompson has all the shots.
Let her go for that side and keep here, man. Ball, 1 and 5 here. Let's go behind the ball, take the needle. Have a little bit in push. Deep ball, you have the 2 balls over there. Okay? One side out, you get the point, double change. Let's go, let's go for this point. Okay?
Paulo Coco's team is right in this in a must-win set. From your perspective, Salima, what does Atlanta need to do?
Well, Atlanta needs to continue to set Coutinho because I think she's on fire right now. That's going to be key for them. See how they can get Jordan Thompson on the floor, slow her down. But Coutinho has to be able to score right here in this situation.
Micah Hancock serve, one of the deadliest in the world. Sending it back is Foley, and she makes a face. What'd you say about Coutinho?
I mean, you got to set her. Well, and in transition, that's key. Can you get it back to her? They didn't have the opportunity off the first pass. Threading the needle there down the line.
Yehia Larasheva, kind of a big serve here. Can they open it up to 3-point lead? Hancock back to JT again. And no, they cannot. That's the one rotation without a libero on the floor. But even then, I don't know that it would have made a difference.
And one Olympian to another. Let's not forget how many Olympians are on the court in this league, which makes it one of the best leagues in the world.
10 of the 13 silver medalists from the Paris Olympic Games are playing in League One volleyball. Rafa Foley says, hey, I got accolades too.
Well, how about Foley hanging in there on a ball that's passed off the net? We haven't seen a lot of forced 31s, forced middle attacks. A couple of them with Jimerson, she threw it down. She wants it again. She's ready.
We have a game to 5 for $100,000 here. Houston wins, match over, $100,000 to Houston.
That's pressure.
If Atlanta wins, we make it 15 points for the money. I did the math, it's $6,600 per point.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't really matter, you don't get it individually.
I'm impressed by the math, not the number.
I have a calculator and I looked at it. Maddie Bug outside quickly to Adams. Pogany underneath with the overdig. Gia Day doing work.
How many times have we seen Gia Day come in and make a difference? She hasn't had a huge role, but she has gotten it done. Pogany still laying out on that hip, making plays.
Maddie Bug serve, it's tight. Jordan Thompson finds that back line. Show me the money.
I mean, this is how you become a 2-time Olympic medalist. You go up, you get it. You're competitive, you want to win. She is pushing to the end.
Pinoy, great pass. Sent back. Jordan Thompson again. Work smarter, not harder.
Moving it around, managing the swing, tipping that ball, setting it over the net, and creating that opportunity.
Timeout, Atlanta.
Single block, go for the point. That's the time to get me hard. Not like this. Go. 2-2. The same thing. Gonna change for this side. Okay, come back, Donnie and Rachel. Okay? Let's go. The same thing, just open. Go.
Well, you heard Paulo Coco saying, we want to put Rachel and Coutinho back in at this point, 3 points away.
When you have to use your subs wisely, right? So you still have that option for Coutinho out of the back row. So watch Jimerson try to pull the block on a slide attack, and Coutinho coming out of the back row.
Rafa Foley, front court setter, and Rachel Fairbanks. Coutinho, as you said, still picked up. Fairbanks, second time, going right back to her.
How about
Good sub, Paulo.
That is strategy. What can we do in this rotation? And if you're Houston, you got to take a look at it. Maybe get a blocker in from the left side, but Coutinho too good right now.
Mackenzie Adams, serve is well passed. Off the block, well done by Fairbanks. Ball still up and good. Cook, attacking the hands.
Cook, you know, she's already got the sleeves rolled up, blasting hands, and getting her team going. Look how serious she is and focused.
Set point, Atlanta. Merzick, offhand, one and up by Adams. It'll be Cook swinging for the set. Jordan Thompson. Not so fast, my friends.
Thompson gets the kill, turns around, gives a little look across the net. That ball is in.
It's intense in this gym, and this is the most successful rotation for Houston. They trail by 1. They go right against Froling, the longest block. Merzick, is it good? It is. We're locked up at 24.
That was so good. Waiting for that ball to come down, taking a look at the court, and grooving this ball down the line. Such a smart swing.
It is a pressure cooker in here. Quickly. Atlanta point.
There's a touch, and it's once again the set point for Love Atlanta.
Set point number 3 for Atlanta. Merzick, solid pass. Froling has had the magic touch. Paulo Coco thought it was out. He's checking.
25 all.
And there will indeed be a challenge.
The ball was out, and we're gonna
Froling, the obvious choice, as she has come in and gotten a kill pretty much every time she's swung at the ball.
Here's what's on the line here. If the ball, oh, it is in, because I was going to say if that ball is out, Atlanta wins the set. Froling, cold as ice.
Remember Catino, although Cook wants to lead her team as well.
Tight. Smart and patient. Cook. Rischel. Wow, what a chip shot from Rischel. Bogarty. Play it off her face. And they do. Cook demanding the ball. Instead, it's Mackenzie Adams.
Unreal. The swings at this point in the set are incredible right now. Oh, man.
And there is a challenge.
And I like this conversation right now. In this moment, Paulo Coco talking to his setter.
You know what I think he's saying?
What do you think he's saying?
You go to Kelsey Cook in these situations. Because, again, I thought that was going to go to Cook. Sure. Adams had been playing lights out, but I just wondered.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice at that time.
Okay. The heat is all the way turned up. Merzick serving. If they get this point, Houston wins $100,000. Adams, great pass. Coutinho, off hands.
Well, everyone kind of knew it was going to Coutinho on that pass, and even the block knew and was there, and they still couldn't slow her down. Are they going to switch block here to get Coutinho on Froling? Yes, they are.
And in fact, they do. And Adams misses the serve. Okay, here we go again. Championship point number 2. Amber Ajiti, she's been a star. Serving. Coutinho, big one. Wow, Danielle Coutinho answering the bell time and time again. 18 kills for her.
Unreal. It doesn't matter if they know where it's going. Look, the block is already taking off. They're moving to the outside. Defense can't slow her down, and neither can the block.
Quick serve, it's trouble. Alanko makes it better.
The block was a little bit too far outside. That ball is falling inside. You gotta move the block in. Take care of some of that space.
Micah Hancock, the best server in the world, serving for $100,000. This is crazy intense. Good serve, and it's trouble. Oh, wow! Houston wins the championship in the League One Volleyball Classic and the $100,000 cash prize.
How about that match? As intense as you hoped it would be. The arms, the bombs, these two teams giving absolutely everything they had at the end, but it was Houston and Jordan Thompson making the moves to win the $100,000.
So many stars to choose from. Amber Ajiti with 13 kills out of the middle, just 2 errors.
Oh, I'm nervous. Okay.
Outstanding play, and she is standing by with Chris McGee.
Amber, what a moment. The inaugural Love Classic and your champions. When it came down to the last moment and you saw Micah Hancock serving, how'd you feel?
I was super confident because I know Micah, she's a game player and a game changer, so we know we can always trust her.
What does this win mean for you guys?
It means amazing. My teammates, the coaching staff, we push each other in practice. It's amazing.
What was this weekend like for you guys to share it alongside with Triple Crown?
This weekend was amazing. We decided to push, and I think we prevailed, so I'm happy, really happy.
Go enjoy it with your teammates.
Thank you.
Incredible job on the side of Houston. Talked about Hancock's serve. Had a feeling she might get an ace at the right time, and she sure did.
What a performance by Houston. A standalone classic, $400,000 with the best players in the world. League One volleyball. All you need is love. For Salima Rockwell, Chris McGee, and our entire crew, I'm Anne-Marie Anderson. Join us on March 6th for the next match on ESPNU, where Omaha and Salt Lake will compete at 9 p.m. Eastern. League One volleyball just getting started. Thanks for watching.